Alright guys, what's up? Nick with 801 Hondas. Been a while since I've done a video. I'm going to be installing this dual doubled in 10-inch touchscreen radio into my Civic Si. I've gotten a cheap Android radio, or not Android, but cheap eBay radio right there. That also does CarPlay, so that works. But I wanted to upgrade and get a little bit bigger of a screen, and I want to see how this looks in there. I plan on sticking with this one for a little bit. I used to have one of those rinky-dink all-in-one stereos or plug-and-play stereos that you get from eBay or Amazon, and I didn't like just how slow that system was, and so I switched back to my stock radio for a little bit. But while I'm installing this, I will show how to bypass the factory app. Oh, it's not really a bypass, it's just powering it, but I will show how that's done, and we'll go from there. Okay, this might not be the same for everybody, but I've already replaced my dash, so it all kind of comes out in one piece for me now. Separating it's not really easy to do since these clips are brand new and they don't like to come apart. But yeah, you have to take this piece off to get the stock radio out though. Okay, one sec. Alrighty, I think we're zoomed in. Okay, so this old radio that I had, this eBay one, had two harnesses for everything. It's not needed anymore, so I have to cut that out. But I want to show this. So this is the gray with silver markings. That is the amp power wire, which you just wire into the stereo's amp remote wire, which is the blue one. And then that'll power your speakers. Without doing that, you will not have sound in the Civic. That has factory amp. And one more point on that. This is a tap. That way I didn't have to splice into anything. None of the wires get cut. And it's easier to plug this into it rather than running it or splicing into it and then running just power to it. Because then you have to deal with it if you ever want to go back to stock or whatever. It doesn't work. So yeah, that's one way to do that. An easier way. All right, and I'm gonna unbox this real fast. At least most of it. Okay, so in here you've got your mounting hardware, brackets, remote, Bluetooth microphone, which I'm gonna have to wire up somewhere. I might look into putting it somewhere right near my dash up right here, like right above my steering wheel. More hardware. We've got the optional bezel if your Civic allows it. I will try it first before I actually install, because I kind of like having that cleaner look. Don't eat this. And then we've got the main stereo harness with steering wheel control output if you have the input for the car. I don't yet, so that's going to be not done today. And then we've got RCAs or line outs for subwoofer, aftermarket subwoofer, and then camera grounds and for backup camera. And then it does support video in. If you had a DVD player or something you wanted to hook up, you could also wire this in, get that HDMI or whatever, and then hook it up and then have movies play through the radio. So there's those. Nextly, okay. So this part made me a little nervous because our dashes are a little weird on these Civics. And next we have the main doubled in. which has your ports on the back plus your USB. This is going to be used for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then this right here is the connection for the screen. That's what makes me a little nervous. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. And the mounting points on this are a little awkward. But that'll be hooked up soon. And then you get your 10-inch display. Which, there's where that plug goes in, and then you got these for the mounting brackets. Alright. I'm going to do the wiring portion really fast, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I might receive some hate for this. This stuff's not soldered. I don't solder my wires. I change my stereo out too often. The antenna on this is powered, so most of us just take our antenna wire, loop it with this, and then to bypass that amp, or to power that amp, we run an extra wire from there. So this is amp power to my factory amp and my antenna. That's how it is. That's wired right there. I'm going to get it put into the chassis, and then we will get the screen hooked up and see how it looks. Alright, so it's installed. I didn't hook up the preamps or the or the backup camera connections, because I don't have those things just yet. So instead of having wires everywhere, I just didn't put them in. The USB, I ran it. Let's see if I can't show you here. There's not much light. Ran it through this little pocket here. I will eventually make a permanent place for the USB, but this is just how I have it set up for now. Radio works just fine. I'll turn that off though, so I don't get copyright. CarPlay, Android Auto, whole nine. I didn't hook up Bluetooth. Got all the settings you can think of. Beep, which I don't know. I like how that connects with the speakers, but at the same time, I'd rather not have the beep on. So yeah, it's what it looks like in a 2006 Honda Civic Si. It dims with the lights on, turns off. That's a pretty nice function. You can adjust this screen a few different ways, but it's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to take screws out. But for the most part, it works. Android Auto for less than $300 is pretty crazy in my opinion. So, or even CarPlay, rather. It's very responsive. I like that function. You got all my CarPlay stuff here. Yeah, so I bought this unit used actually. So it was their 209 from Walmart. I paid $150. Guy just said he didn't need it, so it works. I mean, that's all I care about. Yeah, you got your volume knob there, which is my favorite feature. Most stereos that are touchscreen don't have a volume knob. I was a little worried about how high it sticks up over the dash, but it's actually just about equal with the rest of the dash. So yeah, so there's that. We got these AV in. If I had those hooked up, I could hook up a DVD player and watch a movie. Eventually I will get a backup camera and subwoofer, but it's not something I'm really worried about this moment. But yeah, the fact that CarPlay or Android Auto is on here for less than $300, that's crazy. Camera on iPhone is currently using the microphone. Wow. Awesome, awesome. Oh, that's because I put the microphone right there. A lot of people probably gonna give me shit for that. Well, you're just gonna ruin your interior. No, those sticky pads don't work that well anyway. So if it ends up failing, I've got the clip piece that I'll eventually move up here. I just prefer it right there because people always complain, I can't hear you when you're driving. So I put it somewhere relatively forward from my face. But yeah, the way it dims and automatically adjusts brightness when you turn your lights on or off, that is one function I'm really happy with. I just realized I put my fog light in upside down and I don't like it, so I'm flipping around real quick. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, so this is the dual, what's the model number? XDCPA11BT on the in a 2006 Honda Civic Si. Yeah, no, I'm actually really stoked about this. I don't have my steering wheel control set up, but I need to get that wiring bit for that. But yeah, for less than $300, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, etc. This is definitely worth the buy. It's got a nice vibrant screen. Control, touch feels responsive. I like it. And it doesn't cover up my vent. That's always been a big worry of mine. I think the next thing I'm going to get is the, I have the iPhone 13 Pro Max, so I think I want to get the Belkin car mount for that so I can mount it next to this, which is kind of ridiculous because I've already got it all right here, but I don't like having my phone just dangling somewhere below. But yeah, that's the gist of it, and that's how you install one of these. And well, I didn't really explain too much of the installation process. The bezel that came with the installation kit that I bought a couple days ago is what fit around that. I didn't use the one that came with the dual radio, but it fits in there. It looks good. No looseness. This doesn't have any play. And the screws are back here. You just have to undo screws to adjust it. I can bring it forward more if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I like it where it's at now, being straight up and down. Yeah, if you guys want to see more content like this, let me know. I do audio install for fun. Obviously this is my second radio in a week. My wife's gonna be like, yeah, you better fucking stay that way. Well, there goes, well, I don't get monetized anyway, so fuck it. Yeah, so again, XDCPA11BT by Dual in a 2006 Honda Civic. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for less than $300. Not a bad unit. Alright, so I'm actually recording this at the end of what was supposed to be this whole video. Decided to do it all in one shot. So this is the Dual XDCPA11BT. Right there. I'm in a 2006 Honda Civic Si. And so far, with the Apple CarPlay and everything, I'm really loving the unit, actually. Startup is a little long, a couple seconds longer than you'd like, but for the most part, it's been an amazing system. I don't want to get any copyrights, so I won't have any volume. I've had it in for roughly a week and haven't edited the whole video yet. So, I mean, it's when this comes out, it's going to be weird. It's going to be clipped and put together all stupid. Anyway, so right now, I'm actually going to install a USB frontal because right now I have this kind of just coming out of the bottom of the dash there. Which, you know, not a bad thing, but I want it to be a little cleaner. And then I'm also going to install a backup camera. I will show those in the next few seconds, and we can go from there. Alright, so I just got these from Amazon. This is just a USB extension, and that'll actually hook right into where the stock auxiliary port is. So I can just plug this into the back of the radio and then use my Apple CarPlay through this rather than having it run through the dash. That was like $11 on Amazon. And then I got my backup camera here. Comes with your standard wiring kit for a backup camera. And then the unit itself, which is just a license plate unit. Sorry. So yeah, it's got the LEDs around it so it'll light up. Now, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this because I have a AEM license plate cover and I don't want to lose that. So I don't know if this will go over it, just go over that or not, or if I'm going to use the separated mounting bracket and put holes into my bumper type thing. There is also a sticky pad, but I don't know how well those are going to work. So I guess we'll see how that works out. I'm going to hook up that and the USB and we'll go over how well it works. Or looks, rather. Give me just a minute. Alright, so I need to clean my interior out now because it's obviously messy. Kind of difficult to see, but there's the USB port. So this gap right here is a little concerning. This thing will actually just push in if I push it hard enough. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that alone. I only ever use my iPhone in here anyway, so we'll just leave that plugged in, and it shouldn't pop out forward and it shouldn't pop in if I don't fuck with it too much, mess with it too much. I'm gonna spend some time editing this. Okay, so that's the auxiliary port deleted. So there's that. We got the backup camera installed as well. Kind of hard to see with a little bit of reflection, but as you can see, I can see now if I'm going backwards. A lot of people, professional shops, etc., will tell you, you have to wire into your reverse switch and it has to cut off audio and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I hooked it up to my lights so it gets signal when my lights turn on, and that way I don't have to mess with my engine harness. So backup camera works. We still get sound whilst in reverse. You can change the angle on that, actually. If I want to, but... So that's the camera I bought. It's only 23 bucks on Amazon. And then this wire here, like on my wife's car, I drilled and made that hole bigger up there. But this time I decided to drill a hole through my license plate light and have that a little bit more clean. And it fits over my AEM license plate, so that's cool. So we have reverse camera and the USB hooked up, so there's no wires coming out of the dash anymore. I'm not a professional install technician by any means. I ran the wires professionally though. Like if a shop was to do it, they would do it the same way I did, right through the plastics there. But I think that's all I'm gonna do. I don't care so much to get a sound system for this. Mostly because I listen to metal and you don't need a lot of bass for metal. But I think I'm gonna spend some time cleaning the interior up now because it's a fucking disaster. I'm not even gonna edit this, I don't care. Fuck it. Yeah, so reverse camera, the dual XDCPA11BT installed in a 2006 Civic Si, backup camera, and extension to USB out on the auxiliary port. This has been a fun little project. I'm loving this screen, by the way. I used to have one of those cheapo Android plug and play systems, and I'll just be honest, this works 10 times better. It's faster, it's smoother with the Android Auto and all that. Like, it's pretty pretty responsive. But yeah, so that's that. This is what it looks like in a 2006 Honda Civic. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.